Hey, what's up guys, this is going to be the second part of my segment of how to play Cardfight Vanguard. In a previous video I showed the basic game layout of Cardfight Vanguard, and now I'm going to be showing you guys how to build a deck. So let's get into it. So building a deck, the deck has to be exactly 50 cards. It's not like other card games where you have a max and minimum. It's just a straight up 50 card deck. You can't have more, can't have less. So you have a 50 card deck right here. This is your deck. For example, there's some rules along with having a 50 card deck. You can't have as many copies of a certain card as you want, or you have to have certain things. There's certain requirements for a deck. So let's go into that. So starting off, a deck can only have 4 copies of any individual card. So you can only have 4 copies of a single card. So for example, you can only have 4 Gustians. That's these guys. I can only have 4 copies of my deck. If I have any more, it's illegal. So you can have less. I can have 3 Gustians if I want, or I can have 4. So that's the basic first rule about building a deck. You have to only have 4 of an individual card. This differs from other card games like Yu-Gi-Oh and such, but I know I'm also a lot comparing Yu-Gi-Oh to Vanguard a lot. I don't enjoy comparing. I just find it easier since Yu-Gi-Oh is a very common card game that people can relate to it very easy. So I might use Yu-Gi-Oh as a reference once in a while in my videos. But I'm in no way trying to compare Cardfight Vanguard to Yu-Gi-Oh though. Alright, so next we're going to talk about triggers. A deck has to have, it's a must. You have to have exactly 16 trigger units in your deck. Now most of you guys who are brand new, you're like, what the fuck is a trigger? So basically triggers is, I'll show you here. These are triggers. You see these little symbols up here? I don't know if you can see them, like little symbols right here. Those are triggers. You can only have 16 of these triggers in your deck. You can't have any more, you can't have any less. 16 triggers exactly. These triggers all have a special effect. So first off, we'll start with the heal trigger. Heal trigger, it heals 1 damage of your Vanguard. Sorry. If you get a heal trigger, it's the green little symbol up here. It says heal. If you get this one, basically you heal a damage that your Vanguard is taking. This symbol up here is the red draw one. It allows you, when you get this, you draw a card. The symbol up here, the star, yellow star, it's critical. You do an additional damage to your opponent's Vanguard if it hits. And then this little symbol up here, the blue, that says stand. That is a stand trigger and allows for one of your units to attack again. So yeah, those are the 4 basic trigger units. You can have a variety of any type of trigger. You can have, for example, 8 criticals, 4 draws, and 2 stands, and like 4 heals. I don't know what I just said, but you can basically have variety on what your lineup for your triggers are. So moving on, we're gonna move on talk about heal triggers. So as you've seen, the sexy, I call her sexy doctor, the sex doctor. This is the heal trigger. You can only have 4 in a deck. You can't have 8, you can't have any more, you can only have 4 in a deck. So there's supposedly a ruling around saying that you have to have at least 4 heal triggers in your deck. It's a must. But I have yet to confirm this, so for now I'm gonna say that run 4 heal triggers, don't run any more, and don't run any less, because right now I'm not exactly sure if it's a must to run 4 heals, because I know there's some decks out there that have the potential to run like 12 criticals and like 4 draws and stuff like that. Basically, enough triggers that you don't need to run heals. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on this though. So yeah, that's basically what you need to build a deck. You need a deck of 50 cards. That also includes your starting Vanguard. So when you actually play the game, your starting Vanguard is outside of your deck. It's going to be on the field. But that is included in your deck count. So you have to have basically 49 cards in your deck, excluding your Vanguard. So make sure that you have 50 cards exactly. So yeah, the basics about building a deck. So there's plenty of different decks out there. I'll explain a little bit more about decks and clans and stuff like that. So yeah.